Right now on News 3 Now at 5, breaking news as a Monona police chase ends at a Madison apartment complex.
Breaking news out of the capital. Wisconsin's Assembly Speaker moves forward with articles of impeachment against Elections Chief Megan Wolf.
And inflation is up again as the holidays approach. What that means this spending season. You're watching News 3 Now at 5. We're learning new information in just the last few minutes after a police chase ends with a man being arrested at an apartment complex on Madison's east side.
Our Braden Ross was there this afternoon as the situation was unfolding, and she joins us now live at the scene with some new information we just learned. Braden?
Yeah, take a look. This scene is pretty quiet right now, but earlier today, this is what it looked like. Take a look at this video from a viewer that he was a neighbor, and he sent us this video of the chase, how it ended here. You can see the moment that chase ended and the driver hopped out of a moving car and ran into the Meadowlands apartments. Police tell us this all started with a countywide initiative to find and recover stolen cars. It was actually a Monona police officer that first tried to stop the car for speeding because they recognized the driver as someone with a history of being armed during prior arrests.
Individual themselves, we know to currently, be wanted for various offenses. And in this case in particular, the individual who we've identified has a history of being armed.
Now, that driver then led police on a chase back to Sun Prairie and back here. During that chase, police say the driver crashed into a Dane County squad car. He eventually led police back here to the Harmony Apartments, where he jumped out of the moving car and ran into the building. We arrived on scene shortly after that to dozens of law enforcement vehicles here at this complex. It was a few hours later when a tactical team arrived and police entered the building and then arrested that driver. We just learned the driver is a 22-year-old DeForest man. Now, this complex is actually no stranger to police presence. It was declared a nuisance, a public nuisance by Madison, the city of Madison, just earlier this year. And we talked to plenty of neighbors and residents of this complex that told us they're sick of seeing the police here. They're sick of seeing the crime, and they're just ready for it to end.
All right, Braden Ross reporting live tonight. Braden, thank you. We do have breaking news from the state capitol within just the last few hours. Republicans in the legislature moving forward now to oust the state's top elections official.
A resolution to impeach Megan Wolf was referred today to an assembly committee. Political reporter Will Keneally is here with the details. Will?
That's right. This is actually not the first time Republicans have tried to oust Megan Wolf, the nonpartisan bureaucrat who oversees the state's election agency. Republicans have continued to call into question how the 2020 election was run under her. Now, the state Senate tried to reject her confirmation in September, but Wolf successfully sued to temporarily remain at her post. So what was next? Some Republicans wanted to impeach her to remove her. But when News 3 Now asked the state's powerful Assembly Speaker about impeachment last month, he said he wanted to wait for the courts to weigh in.
I think that's a much preferable option than doing something where we are impeaching somebody who's already illegally in the office.
The Wisconsin Assembly is working to impeach Megan Wolf, but Assembly Speaker Robin Vos is standing in the way.
So why the 180 from the Assembly Speaker? What you're seeing right now is a series of ads that a conservative group started running this week, threatening to recall Speaker Vos if he did not follow the impeachment process forward. And we asked Speaker Vos's office whether those ads factored into his decision to move Wolf's impeachment process forward. In a response, his spokesperson said that the impeachment was referred to committee just like any other bill, and we'll continue to provide you updates as we get them in.
All right, Will, thank you. And let's get a look at our first warn forecast.
Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti is on the weather patio. Gary?
Well, getting some sunshine in here certainly helped. Temperatures actually made it into the lower 50s, even though it was still fairly cold last night. But there are some clouds out to the west that will move in here later on tonight. But you can see on Doppler track, there's not much in the way of precipitation, just some flurries up toward the U.S.-Canadian border, and that's about it. Low temperatures this morning, a little more tolerable, 31 in Madison, 32 degrees in Janesville, but still some 20s and teens to the north of town. Current temperatures are in the lower 50s in Madison and basically from Madison southward. North of Dane County, a few 40s starting to show up, including 48 degrees in Wautoma. But here in Dane County, it's 52 in Middleton, 51 degrees in McFarland, and 51 in Deerfield. Look for skies to be partly cloudy this evening. Temperatures dropping to around 40 by late evening. Later on, I'll take a look at a forecast. It does include some mild weather as we head through the weekend, and I'll take a look at our chances for rain as well.
All right, Gary, thank you. The Beloit Police Department says a missing woman, Bessie Thomas, has been located alive and she is safe. The department says it's thankful for those who shared this information and for the assistance they received from other agencies.
The all clear was given at the Goodman Center after a potential threat forced a lockdown. The building located along Wabisa Street, south of Milwaukee Street in Madison, was put under lockdown. This was just before noon today, staff said in an Instagram post. The older adult lunch and programming has been canceled for the day.
Today, Democratic lawmakers unveiled a package to improve conditions in Wisconsin jails and prisons. The 17 bills proposed to address conditions around labor rights, personal hygiene, facility modifications, oversight, and transparency. It was based on recommendations from stakeholders and people who were previously incarcerated.
I always say that those who are closest to the issues are closest to the solutions. So when we started these efforts, we wanted to engage many of the folks who are directly impacted by these bills. The purpose of this bill package is to ensure that we have humane conditions for the people who are currently incarcerated, along with increasing oversight and transparency of our jails and prisons.
The state's overcrowded prison system has been grappling with a lack of staffing that has grown worse in recent years. The state's adult institutions are currently dealing with an overall 32% vacancy rate. That's according to the State Department of Corrections.
Governor Tony Evers announcing today he'll use funds from the American Rescue Plan Act to support building projects across the state, including the planned Woodman's Sports and Convention Center in Janesville. The governor said $36.6 million would be used to support 5 projects in Janesville, Milwaukee, Green Bay, and in Door County. Funding for the projects had previously been included in the governor's capital budget. However, those dollars were cut out by the Republican-led state legislature. The governor sent $15 million to the planned Woodman Sports and Convention Center, which is expected to open next year. The 130,000 square foot project was first announced in 2019 at the site of the old Sears store at Uptown Janesville. Madison commuters rejoice. City officials announced today West Wilson Street will soon reopen at South Broome Street after months of construction. Contractors will pave asphalt in the area Friday and Saturday, and once that work's done, officials say an inbound lane of South Broome Street will then open from John Nolan Drive through the work zone. The lane is expected to reopen on Saturday afternoon. Crews have been working in the area in some capacity since back in May. In the Madison School District, staff members are hoping to address the problem of children suffering from homelessness. A 2-month-long donation drive now underway. The district collecting hygiene items and winter clothing for families in need. 750 ribbons hang outside Madison schools representing each district student who is currently without a home. To help, you can donate to collection bins through December. They're set up at the Doyle Administration Building next to the Kohl Center. And news from overseas. Susan?
Eric, thanks. News from overseas tonight. Israel is pushing ahead in its war against Hamas. This week, Israel Defense Forces bombed a densely populated refugee camp, setting off condemnation from the United Nations. In the meantime, as thousands of Gazans struggle to find shelter and basic necessities, some foreign nationals trapped in the area are slowly being let out, including U.S. citizens. Gloria Pazmino has more in this report.
A hammer is their only tool. Then it's their bare hands as Gazans sift through piles of mangled metal, concrete, and dust in search of bodies. This is the second hit on the Jabalia refugee camp this week. The Israeli military says it was targeting a Hamas command and control complex and killed several Hamas members, and blames Hamas for intentionally endangering civilians by building its infrastructure in populated areas. The director of Gaza's Indonesian hospital says the strike killed scores of people and injured hundreds more. The scale of destruction is widespread, and pressure is growing on Israel to call for a ceasefire as the civilian death toll from the war escalates. In the meantime, a glimmer of hope as injured Palestinians and hundreds of foreign nationals, including U.S. citizens, have started arriving on the Egyptian side of the Rafah border crossing Wednesday. Back in the U.S., political pressure is mounting. President Biden was confronted by a rabbi during a private fundraiser in Minneapolis.
Mr. President, if you care about Jewish people as a rabbi, I need you to call call for a ceasefire right now.
Biden responded by saying he was supportive of a humanitarian pause to allow for the release of the more than 200 hostages held by Hamas in Gaza. Muslim leaders representing a key voting bloc in Minneapolis say the president failed to meet their deadline to call a ceasefire this week.
No ceasefire, no vote in 2024.
Reporting in New York, Gloria Pasmino.
Mortgage rates dropped this week for the first time in 7 weeks. Freddie Mac released data today showing a 30-year fixed-rate mortgage averaged 7.7% in the week ending November 2nd today. That's down from 7.9% the week before. This data comes just a day after the Federal Reserve said it would leave its benchmark lending rate where it is, but has not ruled out a hike before the year ends.
And the win streak continues on Wall Street. The Dow soars more than 564 points. NASDAQ with a 233-point surge, and the S&P 500 climbs 80. Coming up at News 3 Now at 5, the Trumps were back in court today.
And mayors across the country are struggling to deal with the migrant crisis here at home. More on the resources they're seeking from Washington when we come back.
Trust Gruber Law Offices to get you back in the game. Our team is available 24/7. Gruber Law Offices, proud partner of your Milwaukee Bucks. One call, that's all.
The Madison Club. Elegance reimagined. Excellence redefined. Amazing cuisine. Iconic spaces. Join the Madison Club. Featuring premier event venues, stunning lake views, with golf and travel club privileges worldwide. New member specials available.
Fjords has been crafting beautifully designed functional furniture since 1941. Every aspect of Fjords furniture has been carefully engineered to create a higher level of relaxation. Visit the Century House today and view our extensive lineup. Experience the unmatched relaxation you can only achieve in Fjords furniture. Relaxation made beautiful. Visit the Century House at 3420 University Avenue in Madison or online at centuryhouseinc.com.
The next generation of streaming is here. Introducing Spectrum One Stream with Spectrum Internet delivering fast and reliable speeds, advanced Wi-Fi for enhanced security on your devices, Spectrum Mobile with unlimited talk, text, and data, and now TV with the all-new Zumo Stream Box. Get Spectrum One Stream with Internet for $49.99 a month, plus free advanced Wi-Fi, a free unlimited Spectrum mobile line, and the Zumo Stream Box, free when you add Spectrum TV. Call 833-976-4999. With Spectrum and Zumo, all your favorites are brought together in one place. Use the voice remote to search across live TV, on-demand movies and shows, and the most popular streaming apps to watch what you want faster and easier than ever. It's streaming simplified. Get Spectrum One Stream with Internet, advanced Wi-Fi, mobile, and now TV. Go to spectrum.com/stream, a Spectrum store, or call 833-976-4999.
At Gruber Law Offices, we know how to win. Real cases, real results. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Being a bus driver can be pretty tough. Trying to keep your eyes on the road while also trying to keep students in the back safe. I spoke with one principal who's trying to help out for safety in a creative way.
Tonight at 6.
This man of many hats is no stranger to community service, but now he's taken his mission to the next level.
It's not something that most sane people would try.
How his plan to do something good can inspire all of us, tonight at 10.
You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
Former President Trump's eldest son wrapped up his testimony in the New York civil fraud case against the Trump family and Trump Organization. Today, Donald Trump Jr. is being pressed on his involvement in the financial documents at the center of the $250 million lawsuit brought by the New York Attorney General's office. Eric Trump is next in the family, expected to testify.
The mayors of Denver and Chicago were in Washington, D.C. today for meetings at the White House and Capitol Hill to discuss how the migrant crisis is straining their city resources. Natalie Brand has more from Capitol Hill.
The mayors of Denver and Chicago took their concerns to the nation's capital as their cities struggle to care for and house a growing population of migrants.
We inherited this crisis that, quite frankly, has been, an international and a national dynamic that has gone unaddressed for a very long time.
We think the current situation is unsustainable, but also we think that there is a common sense path to get to a workable solution.
In a letter to President Biden from Denver Mayor Mike Johnston, joined by the mayors of Chicago, Los Angeles, Houston, and New York, they asked for additional federal funding, as well as the accelerated approval of work authorizations and a coordinated entry process for migrants.
If we have a coordinated strategy around the country and people have the ability to work when they arrive, we can partner with other cities and states to make sure everyone helps welcome their fair share of newcomers and they can be successful.
The mayors shared their ideas with lawmakers here on Capitol Hill and also met with the White House Chief of Staff.
These conversations have been positive, and it's a start in the right direction.
Chicago Mayor Brandon Johnson says the migrant crisis is costing his city around $40 million a month.
That is not sustainable, right? By the end of this year, we're going to reach well over $300 million alone in just addressing this year's dynamic.
The mayors are asking Congress to approve President Biden's request of $1.4 billion to help cities and states.
We're both grateful for what they've done. It's critical for us that this package passes over the next several weeks to get funding to cities. Otherwise, we'll have catastrophic impacts.
A sentiment shared by a growing number of state and local leaders trying to put pressure on the Biden administration to address the humanitarian crisis caused by record crossings at the southern border. Natalie Brand, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
The Justice Department announced today more than $334 million in grants will go to communities across the United States to help improve security. That money will not only go to schools, it'll also help law enforcement agencies hire more than 1,700 new officers. Additionally, it will provide critical funding to support crisis intervention teams, de-escalation training, and to continue to advance community policing nationwide. Let's get a look now at your first warn forecast.
Here's Chief Meteorologist Gary Canolti. Gary, nice to see the sun today.
It was, but it's dry, and we just have the U.S. Drought Monitor released today, and you can see that areas south and east of Madison pretty much are out of the drought now. North and west of Madison, still drought conditions, moderate drought to severe drought between Madison and La Crosse. Central parts of the state are okay, and then same story up in the northern part of the state, some drought there. The worst of the drought, though, continues to our west across parts of eastern Iowa into far southwestern Wisconsin. A little wider perspective across the country shows the worst of the drought, the exceptional drought conditions from eastern Texas into Louisiana and Mississippi. We didn't have any real tropical systems in the Gulf of Mexico this hurricane season, and that's why a lot of this area is still under severe or exceptional drought. Also, bad drought conditions in the southern portion of New Mexico, but notice California is still looking pretty good after all that rain they got this winter and at least some periodic rains during the summer months. Around here, since October 1st, we've had 2.7 inches of rain. That's just a tad below average, but since the start of meteorological fall on September 1st, we're down about 3/4 of an inch of rain. Still, this time of year now we expect about maybe 3/4 of an inch of rain over a 10-day period. So we don't need as much rain to help improve the drought conditions. But year to date, we're still almost 6.5 inches below normal. That's the long-term drought that affects river levels and lake levels. We do have some rivers that were recently at flood stage because of heavy rains across central Wisconsin. But over the last 7 days, you can see there were parts of the state that didn't get any rain at all. Most areas that did get some rain, for the most part, was less than 1/4 of an inch. Only the heavier amounts over parts of eastern Wisconsin. Some of that was in the form of snow. But on Doppler track, things are dry right now across our part of the Midwest. I expect them to stay that way for the next few days. 3 things you need to know. Look for plenty of clouds, but mainly dry through the weekend. If there are any showers, they'll be brief and light. And at this point, we'll see temperatures at least back into the 50s. We were in the 50s today, and we'll stay that way through Tuesday of next week. So that means most of the precipitation that starts Sunday night will be in the form of rain showers, although we could see a little bit of a mixed precipitation with some rain rain and snow from Wednesday night into Thursday of next week. High temperatures over the next 10 days. The average high now goes from 51 down to 47. You can see below normal temperatures for the middle of next week, but we've brought those temperatures up a bit. And also we've brought the temperatures up for the weekend into early next week. So a few days of above normal temperatures. That's been a change from what we've had recently. Planning your night beginning at 9 p.m. Mostly clear skies, but you can see clouds start to move in after midnight. And temperatures will drop into the upper 30s, then stay nearly steady overnight as we head into early tomorrow morning. Probably look for low temperatures in the upper 30s to around 40 degrees. But right now it looks like it'll stay dry. Planning your night across Dane County. Look for a low of 38 in Verona, 38 in Windsor, 40 for the overnight low temperature in Waterloo. Rest of southern Wisconsin down to 39 in Camp Douglas, 41 in Lone Rock, and 42 for the overnight low temperature in Janesville. Tomorrow mostly cloudy, seasonably mild, high temperature at 52 degrees. In the first warn 7 to 10 day forecast, look for high temperatures around 50 Saturday, mid 50s Sunday, and upper 50s on Monday. Best chances of rain will be from Sunday night into Monday. Tuesday, a chance of showers. Wednesday, a little cooler. Some more scattered showers, high 47, and then maybe a mix of rain and snow Wednesday night into Thursday, but with a high temperature of 42, nothing should really stick to the ground. And notice temperatures a little bit below normal for the end of next week, but mainly dry until probably the end of the weekend. As we check out first warn traffic right now, here's the view of the map across across Dane County. Traffic just a little bit slow on the eastbound belt line approaching Stoughton Road. Otherwise, not seeing any major issues. A little bit of a slowdown on the east and west Washington Avenue corridors. But right now, pretty average times on the belt line either direction. From Sun Prairie to downtown will take you 19 minutes on the inbound trip. That same trip outbound takes you 18 minutes. US 12 Middleton to Sauk City is a 15-minute trip on the way out. And from the Beltline to Janesville southward, it's 23 minutes. That's your News 3 Now first warn traffic.
All right, thank you, Gary. Two popular North American amusement parks are merging. Six Flags announced today it's merging with Cedar Fair in an $8 billion deal. The merge will create a theme park powerhouse. The new company will keep the Six Flags name. It will operate a total of 27 amusement parks and 15 water parks across the U.S., Canada, and Mexico.
Well, the holidays in this economy, surprising data on what spending season is supposed to look like this year. That's ahead on News 3 Now at 5.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
It'll be a night of laughter and fun. It's the Bob and Tom Show Comedy Tour with comedians Pat Godwin, Willie Griswold, and Jeff Oskey. Performing live Saturday, November 4th at Ho Chunk Gaming, Wisconsin Dells.
How much money have you wasted trying to find the right shade of foundation to match your skin tone? You end up with so many unused bottles, yet you can't bear to throw them out. Now there's Color Beauty Self-Adjusting Foundation, which means you'll never search for the perfect shade again.
It's really difficult for me to find a good tone foundation. I usually purchase about 3 or 4 and sometimes mix them. Color Beauty is a game changer in finding the right foundation. You put it on your skin and it transforms into your own skin tone.
The Color Beauty foundation is so simple to put on. My skin looks great and it just looks awesome.
The key to the innovative Color Beauty formula is tiny color beads that release and blend to perfectly match your skin tone as you apply it. The foundation is white when it comes out of the bottle, but when I begin to apply it, it adjusts to blend perfectly with the color of my skin.
My biggest problem area is my cheeks right here. Color Beauty feels really light on my skin, and I can tell that it is pretty full coverage, so it looks like I don't have too much foundation on, but it is covering all my acne scars like I was saying before. I actually really love it. It's weightless and it's full coverage, and also it literally just matches my skin as soon as I put it on. It's no work. I've never experienced a foundation like this.
Color Beauty only comes in 2 colors, light and medium. If you have fair skin or you burn easily, go with the light. If you have darker skin, go with the medium. Plus, with an SPF of 50, they're getting the highest level of sun protection in a lightweight formula. And best best of all is Color Beauty's exclusive special. Order this Thanksgiving and get 40% off. That means you'll get the color adjusting foundation, the skin smoothing primer, and the fan favorite lash enhancer for thicker, longer looking lashes at 40% off. Plus, get free shipping. Visit color40.com or call the number on your screen.
No matter what kind of store you visit, no matter what kind of tobacco you ask for, it's illegal to sell tobacco products to anyone under 21. So remember to bring your ID. It will get checked. Because in Wisconsin, 21 means 21, no matter what.
Win a hand-paid jackpot at Ho-Chunk Gaming Wisconsin Dells, and you'll have a chance to win a new Mercedes and a shot at $100,000 in cash. It's the Mega Jackpot Winners Quarterly Drawings, going on now at Ho-Chunk Gaming Wisconsin Dells.
You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
With the holidays coming up, spending season is here. The National Retail Federation released its sales forecast for the season today. Despite high inflation, shoppers are expected to spend more than they did last year. Mike Valerio shares the best time to shop for deals.
'Tis the season of spending, and despite concerns over the economy, the National Retail Federation says consumers are ready to spend big.
NRF is forecasting that total holiday sales during the months of November and December could reach as high as $967 billion.
The holiday shopping season keeps creeping earlier and earlier. This year, it's for a very practical reason.
They want more time to find deals, and they want more time to really spread out that shopping.
With inflation holding steady, NRF Vice President Catherine Collins says holiday shoppers are more price conscious.
Shoppers are saying they will pull back in other areas in order to afford and prioritize their holiday shopping season. They will search for sales and deals and really look for ways to make every dollar count.
And where are they putting those dollars?
Gift cards were the top item that people said they were shopping for this year rather than specific products.
Another big trend this season, beauty and self-care products, thanks in part to influencer culture.
Shoppers are finding influencers and social media to be increasingly important when it comes to hearing about deals, but also discovering new products and things that they didn't know they needed.
As far as deals goes, Christian McGrath with Retail Me Not says Black Friday shopping is still the best bang for your buck.
We tend to find the most deals and the best deals all concentrated around that one big weekend.
In Los Angeles, I'm Mike Valerio.
A new study finds hormone replacement therapy could protect the brain from Alzheimer's and dementia in women, but only if hormones are taken when menopausal symptoms begin, usually when a woman is in her 40s and 50s. According to the study, this reduced the risk of dementia by 26%. On the other hand, if a woman starts hormone therapy after the age of 65 or more than 10 years after the start of menopause, the risk of dementia rose in that study. The hormone estrogen is a master regulator that plays a key role in glucose uptake and metabolism. We're back with a final check of your First Warn forecast in just a moment.
The best doorbusters deals of the year are available now at Ashley. Find clearance and overstocked mattresses throughout the store at huge discounts while they last. Sealy Queen mattresses as little as $8 a month. Only at Ashley.
Save big money with these hot deals at Menards. All prices after 11% rebate. Keep the cold air out and save on energy costs with window and door spray foam sealing, just $7.99. Gorilla Super Glue is $3.99. Stay hydrated. A 4-gallon water jug is just $4.99. This extra laundry detergent is $5.99. Transform your space with this easy plank laminate flooring, just 69 cents a square foot. These hot deals won't last long. Hurry before time runs out.
Save big money at Menards.
The next generation of streaming is here. Introducing Spectrum One Stream with internet, advanced Wi-Fi, mobile, and now TV with the all-new Xumo Stream Box. It's streaming simplified. Get Spectrum One Stream with fast and reliable internet for $49.99 a month, free advanced Wi-Fi, a free unlimited mobile line, and a free Xumo Stream Box when you add Spectrum TV. Go to spectrum.com/stream, a Spectrum store, or call 833-976-4999.
Progress means producing renewable fuels for trucks on the road today. We're partnering with farmers to develop these fuels using everything from plant byproducts to cow manure. And then using those fuels to help lower the life cycle carbon intensity of the transportation industry. Driving the world forward today while forging new roads to the future. That's energy in progress.
Don't miss the 34th Annual Winter Art Fair off the Square, November 11th and 12th at the Monona Terrace Convention Center. Featuring over 100 Wisconsin exhibitors with a wonderful selection of ceramics, paintings, glass art, wood, jewelry, and much more. Place your bids at our silent auction Saturday only. Children will enjoy the Young Collectors Corner. Buy local for the holidays. The Winter Art Fair off the Square. Put it on your calendar today.
Quartz takes a different approach to health insurance. We know every life well lived is a journey, and we're here to light the way at every step. That's why for 40 years, we've been alongside the doctors and hospitals who know what their communities need, because they're a part of them, because we're a part of them. There's a fire burning in all of us. Let's ignite it together. Quartz. Find your spark.
The best doorbusters deals of the year are available now at Ashley. Save as much as 68% store-wide and find clearance and overstock items throughout the store at huge discounts while they last. Plus 72-month special financing. Only at Ashley.
We've got a lot of news coming up. Our Eye on America tonight from North Carolina. We go to a pen manufacturing plant where blind employees are getting incredible opportunities to write their own story. That's tonight on the CBS Evening News.
Coming up tonight at 6, why a Middleton school principal took matters into her own hands and got behind the wheel of a school bus. That story at 6.
Britney Spears has another hit in her hands. This time it's her memoir, The Woman in Me.
The book's publisher says it sold more than 1 million copies in the book's first week. It's been named a bestseller by the New York Times, USA Today, and the indie booksellers. The audiobook, narrated by actress Michelle Williams, has become the fastest-selling audio product in the publisher's history.
And Gary's back. One final check of the forecast.
I do a lot of reading, but
Gary reads with the best of them.
Probably not going to read that. Sunshine out there right now. I'm going to have a nice sunset, but this time on Sunday, it'll be dark because we go off of daylight time this weekend. Live view from the Platteville Kubi Radio Sky Cam. A little more cloud cover there, and skies will turn cloudy overnight. But right now, temperatures pretty comfortable. 51 Madison, 55 in Janesville.
Well, surprised. I always hear the Britney Spears music coming out of the weather office. I thought maybe...
I have to read the book then.
See you in a half hour. News 3 Now at 6, folks. Thanks for watching.